Welcome to NocBro Nation.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys, today we're here to give you a review of issue 169 of The Walking Dead, The Lines We Cross.
Lines we cross.
Lines we cross, not the lines. And everyone, look who has graced us with our presence. It's my brother Justin.
Boom!
So back here to give us his thoughts on the new review, the new issue.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Pretty good issue?
There's a lot in that issue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was absolutely a lot.
So, new story arc, guys. Going to be 6 issues long, right?
Yep, 6 issues.
So, we kind of kick off the issue with Carl at Andrea's grave.
Yep, kneeling in front of her grave.
Yep.
You know, giving his not condolences, but just being super sad because his mother, you know, second mother in a way.
His mother.
Yeah.
It was his mom.
Yeah.
Is gone. So, you know.
And we kind of get some I don't want to say vindication, but we kind of get some
he opened up.
Yeah, he gave us some information that I think some people were worrying about. Inquiring about.
Mm-hmm.
I know in previous letter hacks we had gotten the question asked, does Andrea know about Ben and Billy?
Yeah.
And we seem to get clarification now directly from the horse's mouth.
It was great.
Carl.
I mean,
Is that the first time he actually said that he killed?
It's the first time, yes. He told his
Did
his dad.
Who? Did we know? Who
We know
it
who.
was?
We knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
told
forgot that,
he
because
told
it was
Rick, but he didn't tell
a while
anybody
ago.
else. But Rick didn't say anything.
We knew that he knew what he knew.
He knew what he knew, what he thought he knew.
Yep.
No, but we did know that he told his dad, Rick.
Right.
But we never knew if he told Andrea.
No.
And we get confirmation here where Lydia walks up to him and he's sad and he kind of goes through the whole story of Ben killing his brother Billy.
Yep.
They locked him in the van.
The community didn't, they were afraid of him. They didn't know what to do with him. So they were contemplating, should we kill this kid?
Yeah.
Should we take him out somewhere and leave him? And for their own safety, that's why they locked him in the van, because they had to decide what to do.
Another thing, they were on the road a lot too.
Yeah.
So they were sleeping together at night. And even when they were in a home that they would find, scavenge and find, they would sleep together.
Right.
Right.
They didn't trust him.
So how can you trust a kid that?
Right.
And Carl said that didn't know. He thought killing his brother Billy would bring him back. Because he saw the zombies.
He didn't know, he didn't know.
So he didn't know the meaning of dying.
He didn't know the meaning of dying.
Yeah.
The true meaning of dying. Yeah.
So, we get the confirmation right from Carl that, he is the one that killed Ben.
He told Lydia that I went in there, I killed him. Nobody was awoken by it. I just left it there, and then the next morning he was just dead. And I let everybody believe that either something happened, people were blaming each other or suspecting somebody did it from inside, but he didn't say anything, and they left it to mystery in a way. Like, nobody ever knew.
Yeah.
It was really sweet how I saw in the comic how Lydia was, in the past comics, how she's been listening to Carl more. And it shows like she's having more. I feel like she's having more like feelings for him. She's listening she's listening to him, and it's really sweet to see that them and they're building
after
their
breaking
relationship
up with him,
because he's telling her a lot. He's telling her about the whole family and all the friends, and it's just really sweet to see that little relationship kind of build.
Yeah.
So we then jump into the next panel of something that I personally have been waiting for a long time. I didn't really get everything that I wanted, but we finally get Maggie bringing up that Negan is out, that Rick has let him out.
She's so pissed.
She's pissed off.
She's so pissed. But I mean, they're sitting down, they're having a cordial conversation, but Maggie brings it up like, why is this dude still free and alive anyway? And Rick, he's doing his best to, tell her like, look, I know who Negan is. I think about Glenn every single day. I have not forgot it. But, I believe that Rick feels that either he could use Negan to his advantage, or allowing him to be free is better than allowing him to be caged up.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think another thing is Rick makes the comment of, I can't tell you how many husbands or wives I've probably killed.
Oh, yeah.
And who am I to lock up Negan for the rest of his life when
Yeah.
I myself have killed
many
husbands and wives?
Many.
Now, granted, Rick didn't do it in a way that Negan did,
Right.
but
Yeah.
he's trying to justify why he's let Negan out, and obviously Maggie isn't buying it.
She's not hearing it.
No.
Neither is Dwight.
Yeah, we'll get into
That's
that.
issue too.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So we get the conversation with Maggie, and then does it jump into the radio?
It just kind of ends. Yeah.
And we don't get too much confirmation.
No,
from that
it just kind of
conversation.
ends, and then we see
A lot of these conversations do. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
In
No,
this-
you're good.
In this comic, they just
Well,
end, like,
and
Rick
that's,
walks
and that's
out.
rightfully so, right? This is the first issue in a new story arc.
Yeah.
So they're going to start setting up
They're
these
building
little,
some
this
context.
little cookie trail,
Yeah.
and it's going to go throughout the whole arc.
Right. So then we get to Rick and Sadiq show up at Eugene's house.
Sadiq. Sukami's.
Sadiq.
Sukamidik.
Sukamidik. So, Rick shows up, knocks on the door, and Eugene, he says, "Tell me about this radio."
Yeah, I loved that panel because it's like Rick's eyes are closed and he's just like, "Yeah, tell me about the radio."
Because Rick didn't know about it. He found out from John, right? Because John knew about it from the previous issue. He mentioned that John knew about it. He's like, "Well, why didn't?" Because Rick was asking him, "Why did you keep this from me? I had to find this out from
Sadiq.
Was it Sadiq?
Yeah.
I think it was
Okay.
Sadiq.
Oh, I think it's Sadiq. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sadiq told Rick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. My apologies. Yeah. So,
But we have Stephanie on the radio because Eugene was previously talking to him right before Rick knocks on the door.
Right, yeah. So Eugene was talking to her right before Rick knocks on the door. She's asking how things going. Haven't heard from you in a while. And he's like, "Oh, things are going crazy right now." Oh, wait, hold on. There's a knock on the door.
We had a herd come through.
Right.
Can we say who we think Stephanie
No, not
might
yet.
be?
Not yet. That is a predictions video, guys. Justin is about to spoil it, but stay tuned for the predictions video. It'll probably be up a couple days after this or before the issue comes out. We don't know. We'll figure that out here shortly, but no, you are not doing that. But so we get Rick that comes in and he sees the radio and he immediately wants to talk on there, but
Right.
Eugene doesn't like that, or Stephanie doesn't like that, right?
She's very hesitant. Because she stated she only wants to talk to Eugene.
Yeah.
She only trusts him. And Rick basically just grabs the mic and just starts talking.
Well, Eugene says, you have to trust Rick as much as you trust me.
Exactly.
So we do get that conversation between Stephanie and Eugene of, look, Rick is a good guy. He's our leader.
Yeah.
He needs to talk to you.
Mhm.
And Rick adds to this point later in the conversation that because Stephanie only trusts Eugene, that's more vindication to Rick that Stephanie's a good person.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So we kind of get Rick on the radio. And Justin, do you recall what the discussion was on the radio between Rick and Stephanie?
Well, didn't Rick kind of explain like how vulnerable they would be like when they meet up, right? Is that where?
Yeah, so they kind of arrange a meeting, right? Rick says to her, "Look, I understand you're not trusting me completely.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go and let's meet on your terms.
Right.
We'll do the traveling.
We'll come out. You set the time and place. We will come out. I think he said,
we'll do most of the traveling.
not just that. It's
But
like,
then he said, but
like almost
we
like
won't be
unharmed, like unarmed in a way. We'll be.
If you don't like
Yeah.
it, then like.
But he
You
also,
don't show up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he also says we'll do most of the traveling, but we don't want to be too close to your community.
Right.
So we'll go away from your community,
Away
but
a
we
little
will
bit.
do most of the traveling.
Right. And then you scope it out. If you don't like what you see, then you just don't show up, and that'll be it.
But there's a reason why he's wanting to do this, and that is he recognizes that, look, there are these tight-knit communities there with the Hilltop, the Kingdom,
Right.
but he also realizes that, look, with what's happened with the Whisperer War, we're running low on resources, and we need other communities to join and help us.
Because they're in Ohio, right? Stephanie's in
Yep.
Ohio.
Yep.
And where's Rick and everyone else in?
Alexandria is in Washington?
Yeah, they're on the East Coast.
They're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Gosh, why am I blanking on that right now? I think they're
They
in
said it would take
Washington.
2 weeks to travel there. So-
Please let us know in the comments because we are blanking right now of what state kind of area they're actually in. I know it's on the East Coast. I don't know if
Someone will let us know.
Virginia, Pennsylvania, who knows? Somewhere. It takes 2 weeks, by foot. Can
Was
you get
that
to
a-
Ohio from the
2
East Coast in
weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
No, I'm not doing that.
But all right, so
Yeah.
we got it. We get after that is discussed, right, of the radio.
Yeah.
Eugene, they strike a deal with Stephanie. Stephanie agrees.
Right.
And Rick wants a team to travel, obviously, to meet them.
Right.
Which goes directly compares to the next cover of 170.
Right.
Which again we
Where
won't
Dwight's
go in.
working.
No, which again we won't go into.
Right.
Because we'll get that. We'll save that for the predictions. But so he wants a team.
Right.
And we cut to a quick conversation, I think, between Carl and Maggie.
It's Carl and Maggie.
Yeah.
So Maggie is Maggie's team is kind of packing up.
Yep.
She's wanting to leave, get back to the hilltop, right?
Yeah.
Because
They need to start rebuilding.
They need to start rebuilding. And Carl, he's kind of like, "Oh, you're leaving so soon." And Maggie's asking him, "Well, what are you doing?" And Carl feels like he wants to leave, and
he knows he wants to.
he
leave.
wants to leave because being here after Andrea's death, his mom, he just can't be here. But in a way, he's basically saying he wants his own life.
Yeah.
He wants to live his own life, and he's kind of scared to tell his dad because he doesn't know how his dad's going to take it after losing Andrea, losing his wife.
Yeah.
But he's wanting to leave, and for me, seeing that, I was like, man, are we really going to see Rick without Carl for a while?
Well, they've been without each other for a while, though.
True, but this seems indefinite.
It seems more permanent.
It seems indefinite.
We have to assume that rebuilding the hilltop's going to take a while.
Right, yeah, it's going to take a while. But I just thought that was kind of sad, just kind of seeing, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's where I think Michonne will come in.
No.
Okay.
So, next is
So we get to Rick talking with Jesus.
Yeah, because he's trying to get that team.
He's trying to get the team, and he asked Jesus, would you like, I love what you've been doing, helping us. I would love.
Very shocked about this.
Would love for you to go. And Jesus is kind of standoffish, and he's like, well, I don't feel like leaving. This is.
I'd rather not.
I'd rather not. I feel like this is a place for me. And he doesn't say it at first.
He says there's something.
Rick.
There's something keeping me here.
There's something keeping me here.
Yeah.
And then Rick mentioned that he was gonna take Aaron, or Aaron was gonna go, and then Jesus was like, "Well, that's why I'm staying."
That's the something that's causing me to want to stay.
Instead of something, it's actually someone that's making me stay, and it's Aaron, and I don't believe he will leave either.
Yeah,
and that's just awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It showed a picture of Rick. Congratulations.
Yeah. He's obviously really happy.
He didn't
for
know.
him.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked about him and Aaron because I know that relationship's been building for a number of issues now.
Oh yeah.
I was more shocked that Jesus kind of doesn't want to go out there anymore.
Yeah.
That was more shocking to me than the relationship. I knew that was going to happen.
Everyone's worn out.
That was, yeah.
I just got finished battling. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I figured Jesus would probably be the first to be like, yeah, let me go. I'll go out and do whatever you need. But he wants to stay for Aaron, and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, so we need to get rolling here.
Yeah.
The next thing is
then Dwight. Now Dwight.
Dwight.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought this was
This was probably the most, because honestly, was it just you? Was it just me, or did you feel like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Because in the last issue, Dwight was saying it almost was like Dwight had his back no matter what. You know, we got that feeling, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, we obviously get Dwight does not agree with what Rick is doing.
Well, I think in a way, he was not really putting on airs, but I think, maybe he didn't want to have the discussion in front of everybody. So Dwight and Rick are meeting, and the discussion's getting heated, and it just really feels like like it kind of came out of nowhere. Like it seemed like he had his back, but it seemed like he was putting on airs a little bit because he wanted to have a private discussion.
Yeah, and I did
discussion.
get the sense that, look, he wasn't entirely happy with what Rick did.
No.
But I for the last two issues, I got nothing as to him being this upset. Like, he is ready to revolt. And let's just go right into it.
Well, Rick does also ask Dwight if he wants to go to Ohio, and Dwight says, no.
Yeah.
I want to stay here because I want to run things because your time is done.
Yeah. Woo! He not only is pissed at Rick for what he did, they talk about it.
They have a long discussion about it.
Rick explains to him again, I was defending myself against Sherry.
Right.
And Dwight says, I believe some aspects of the story that you're telling me, but I just don't agree with what you're doing and the decisions that you make in this community. So not only does he not trust him,
right,
but he wants to freaking...
He wants to run things.
He wants to take over.
He wants to run things. Because he also mentions that, every decision that you've made has put us more in danger. You have a certain individual running around and took the lead in the last issue, talking with John. You allowed him to take the lead and you took a step back. But every decision that you've made is putting this community more at risk. And I feel that I can do a way better job than you. I believe that your time is done. For him to say that to his face, dude.
That took me back. I was really liking Dwight when he did that. I'm just like, nope, don't like that.
It was a surprise.
It was great. And one of the
What's the best line?
The best thing that came out of that discussion was Dwight was telling him, look, Dwight was telling Rick, I have a rage that's inside of me. Don't mess with me, Rick. Don't allow that out. Then Rick gets pissed and he says, I have a rage boiling inside of me. It's really hard to control. Don't give me a reason to let it out, because what's one more grave? And he leaves. And Dwight's just sitting there like, oh, shit.
The owner just tugged on the freaking leash is what he did.
He's saying, I can dig one more grave if you want. If you really want to get diabolical and lethal,
I'll waiting.
Just bury you now.
I've been waiting for that badass Rick to come out for a long time. And
it's
finally,
been a long time to see that Rick.
We got it in one line that was amazing, and that'll hold me over for probably about a good another 6-7 issues.
Is he still walking around with the cane?
No.
He's good.
So he's getting stronger.
And that's a good point.
He's getting stronger. He's getting stronger. Now, I honestly thought that maybe this issue, Rick was just going to be beat down.
Yeah.
He was going to be a completely changed man. He was going to be very, very sad from the death of Andrea, and Dwight was going to help bring the community back up. It's
quite the opposite.
I was completely wrong with our prediction. That's not what happened.
And it's quite the opposite. You see Rick in the opening of the issue. Someone is taking off their hat and giving him condolences, and he says, no, please, stop.
Yeah. Continue
doing what you're doing. Yeah. So we kind of get the complete opposite. Yes, he's mourning because we do get a scene of him and Michonne. And Michonne,
that was great.
Michonne goes to the grave. Offers to
leave to go to Ohio. And Rick doesn't. He says no, but he's like, I'm not going to fight you on it.
Yeah. And she even says, you're not going to fight me on it.
Yeah, I'm going. No matter what, I'm going.
So what happens after that?
So it's Carl. It's between Carl, right?
Oh,
Carl tells his dad.
Carl comes up to the grave after Michonne.
A heartfelt moment, and Carl finally tells his dad that he's leaving, and Rick knew it. He was like, so this is goodbye?
Yeah.
With a smile on his face. He looked happy.
Yeah.
Because,
he's proud.
Yeah, he's proud of him. He knows that he wants to live his own life.
And that's what he said. Carl said, you're not mad at me? And he said, how can I be mad at you? I'm proud of you. So it was a really great moment between them. It makes me feel like we may not see Carl too much for a little bit. Maybe he won't be involved in the story.
Unless they show some panels.
Take a break.
Unless they show some panels, rebuilding the hilltop or something. Yep. But I think they'll probably take a break from Carl for a while.
Yep.
Let him be on his own.
So then
though.
Maybe he becomes a bigger man.
He might become a bigger man.
So we get
the leader over there.
We get Negan.
Could be, yeah.
And we get Negan cleaning out the shelf, gathering his food.
Dwight is standing right there saying, hurry up. Your time is almost up. And Negan with his,
beans.
Colorful commentary, which he has because he's Negan. He's awesome. And then they send him on his way.
Yeah, and he walks out the gates, assholes.
They're like, no, but it's like not a big goodbye for me. Because every Maggie was leaving and Carl and they all went out. They had a big
kind of. So Dwight was opening the gate for Negan, and then shortly after that, here comes Maggie. And
here comes everybody else, and he's like, they don't have a goodbye for me, assholes.
So then that leads into Maggie. Maggie leaves the community with her group. We get Michonne, Eugene, Sadiq, Magna. which is
We haven't
awesome.
heard her name for a while.
And
Yumiko.
Yumiko,
Yeah,
yeah, Yumiko heading to Ohio.
Yeah.
And then we get towards the end of the issue where Maggie actually tells Dante,
Follow Negan.
follow Negan.
I want to know where he goes. Follow him. Oh, yes. The Negan story is not over.
But I do want to add one thing. So that's the last part of the panel. But
Right.
a little bit before, when he was with Dwight, when in that interaction with Dwight, he says, I'm going to go where I buried my girl.
Mm-hmm. His daughter, right? Or Lucille. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I immediately thought of his daughter, but I was like, no, that's not right.
He doesn't have a daughter. He has a wife, Lucille. So that'll go into our predictions video.
I've read almost all of Here's Negan, and I could have sworn he had a daughter, but I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
Isn't there
So,
one
yeah.
more month of Here's Negan?
Yeah, one more issue of
one
Here's
more, yeah.
Negan, so we will get a little bit more backstory on Here's Negan.
Right.
Guys, if you liked, let us know what your thoughts are of issue 169. Let us know what you thought of it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel,
Do all that
guys.
stuff.
Follow us on Twitter, everything you can. Keep up
Yep.
to date. We're going to be pumping out more videos. Stay tuned for our issue 170 predictions video of what we think might be coming out with the next issue.
We're NocBro Nation, guys.
We're out.